Alright, hello everyone. I just want to give a review for my John Deere D105. This was actually bought in 2014 from Lowe's, brand new, and I've had it ever since. So it is about 9 years old, going on 10 years. And it's been a great mower for me. I think it's a good example of how if you take care of the mower, the cheap ones you buy at a big box store like Lowe's can work just fine for you. Half of this life was doing, I would say, moderate yard, moderate hills, and the last 4 years our yard has significant hills, mowing about half an acre for those times. And it's done just fine. It's probably stressing it a little bit too much, but otherwise, it's doing okay. I changed the blades, sharpened them, put a variety of different blades on them over the years. Right now, I have the mulching on, which I really like. Done a few modifications to this lawnmower early on, and one of the best ones was I added a shutoff valve and fuel filter. I also use a Fram oil filter, so I always change the oil. I've used synthetic 5W30 through its life, but I think I'm going to be stepping up to a thicker oil for future use and for any future mowers. Really like using a premium oil filter. I change that every 2 years. So the Fram Ultra, being a synthetic oil filter, works great. And that fuel filter and shutoff valve has done wonders for preventing any issues with gumming up and setting over in the winter season. So what I do is, after every use, I actually shut that fuel valve and I let it run dry in the bowl. So essentially what happens is the fuel is not sitting around in the carb and gumming things up. So in that case, I run normal fuel from the gas station, nothing fancy, and I never have any starting issues. And I don't even think I've changed that fuel filter, and it's been on there now for 4 years. So it's been a great addition. Otherwise, just keeping it clean. I haven't even had to change the belts yet, and it's going on 9 years, so it's got almost 130 hours on it. So some of the problems that I've had on it, so it is starting to get old. I've started to think the transmission is starting to slip, so I'm being quite careful in not powering it up the hills, trying to go side to side as much as possible to really extend its life, but it's approaching 10 years old, which is not too bad. It's also, if it's really hot and the oil's very hot and I'm going down hills or up hills, I have noticed that it'll smoke really bad. And so I dropped in a little bit of head gasket sealer. So I think the head gaskets are going, which there's YouTube videos on how to change that. But so far so good, actually. As long as I do the hills when it's cold, the engine's cold, then it's still hanging in there. So we'll see what I replace it with eventually, but getting 9 years out of a big box store lawnmower is not too bad. Got some dings. Scratches, seats in pretty good shape. Not too bad. Alright, so you can see here, cut a little strip to show cutting. Alright, so I got my mower set as high as it will go. That's how I like to mow. And you can see I'm taking off a couple of inches. It's pretty thick today. So I'm gonna do some mowing. can see where I cut the stripes there. You can see how with the mulching blade it leaves grass clippings on the side. You can see it's pretty clean for as deep as this grass is, but it's a big box, cheapest mower that they sell, so it's not a perfect mow. You can see especially the tire tracks. It's not powerful enough to suck those up and mow them, so definitely you get your money's worth here, but it's not a bad mower. Alright, thank you very much.